Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're taking a look at Rad Power Bikes' newest electric bike. No, not this one, though the Rad Runner is one of my favorite e-bikes from Rad. Instead, I'm talking about the RadMission, which is Rad Power Bikes' most affordable electric bike ever at just $999. If you haven't heard about the RadMission yet, that's fair since it was just announced about 30 minutes ago, but it's definitely worth taking a look. I'll have one later this summer for a full review, but until then, we're going to take a look at the specs now and see what makes the RadMission different. The RadMission sports a 500-watt motor in the rear wheel, putting out 50 Newton-meters of torque. The motor is powered by RadMission's 48-volt and 10-amp-hour battery, which is good for 504 watt-hours of energy. Rad says that's enough for 20 to 45 miles of riding, depending on things like terrain, riding conditions, throttle versus pedal assist, etc. The top speed of the bike is 20 miles an hour, which keeps it legal as a Class 2 e-bike. In some ways, the RadMission appears to be pretty similar to some of the other Rad Power e-bikes we've reviewed. It features a removable battery, 180mm mechanical disc brakes, LED lighting, though the headlight seems to be mounted higher, which I actually like, and I think it makes good sense for a commuter bike. The RadMission also has a standard half-twist throttle like all the other Rad Power bikes, and it has hard points for mounting Rad accessories. So there's a lot here that's familiar to us. But the areas where Rad Power Bikes seems to have cut cost are the major differences that help bring the price down on the RadMission. First of all, it's a single-speed e-bike. The only other Rad Power bike we've seen like that is the Rad Runner. The RadMission also shares a rigid fork with the Rad Runner, though not the same fork, of course, because the Rad Runner has these fat tires that you won't find on the RadMission. Instead, the RadMission gets narrower tires that are better for commuting and city riding. Another similarity to the Rad Runner is the LED dot display, which is a bit simpler than the standard LCD display found on most Rad Power e-bikes. The RadMission also has that smaller 504 watt-hour battery compared to the 672 watt-hour battery found on the rest of Rad Power Bikes e-bikes. So there are compromises that have been made on the RadMission, but it looks like they were pretty reasonable, especially considering that this is designed to be a commuter e-bike. Look, would things like a speedometer or included fenders be nice? Sure, but if I can forego those and save $500 on this bike, then that sounds like a pretty good deal. And of course, you can always add those things either as accessories from Rad or as your own aftermarket parts from a number of different companies. And by bringing the price down to just $999, Rad is moving from the category they were in, which is basically the value-oriented e-bikes, down even further to compete with the budget-level entry e-bikes. And that's a big deal, because now Rad is going to be using the RadMission to compete against companies like Electrek and Rattan and Anchier and other companies that are fine entry-level bikes, but everyone knows that you've got to put in some love and care to keep those bikes working. And with Rad Power Bikes, you've got more confidence knowing you've got a bigger company with better customer support and a company that's just going to be around. So if Rad can give up a few of those niceties to compete in the under $1,000 category, that's a big deal for the e-bike industry. So that about wraps it up. From what I can tell, the RadMission looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome city and commuter style e-bike. I'll know more later this summer when I start my full review of the RadMission, but until then, we want to hear what you think of the e-bike. Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe either, so you can see all of Electrek's future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.